Alright everyone, the security vault here. You know that feeling when you lose your phone? Imagine that, but it's your entire digital life floating around out there. That's the dark web, a place where stolen data goes to be bought, sold, and weaponized. We're talking credit card numbers, passwords, social security numbers, the whole shebang. Today, we're diving deep into how the dark web works, how hackers trade stolen information, and what you can do to protect yourself. Stay till the end because one mistake could cost you your identity. Okay, so first things first, we gotta talk about what the dark web actually is. Most of us hang out on the surface web. You've got your Googles, your Facebooks, your Amazons. It's all indexed, easy to find. But then, just below the surface, you've got the deep web. Think about stuff like your online banking info, cloud storage, password-protected websites. Important stuff, but not open to just anyone. Now, the dark web, that's like diving into the Marianas Trench. It requires special software like Tor, which bounces your connection all over the globe to keep you anonymous. And why all the secrecy? Because the dark web is where you find all sorts of entrepreneurs buying and selling things you definitely won't find on Amazon. It's the Wild West of the internet, folks. So, you're probably wondering, what are these digital bandits peddling on their shady little corner of the internet? Well, buckle up, because it's a shopping list from your nightmares. First up, we've got credit card details. I'm talking names, numbers, expiry dates, even those little security codes on the back. And the price? You'd be surprised. We're talking as low as $10 a pop. And it doesn't stop there. Social security numbers? Those are going for a premium, sometimes over $100 a piece. Then you've got leaked databases. Imagine a spreadsheet with millions of usernames, emails, and passwords just ripe for the taking. Hackers love this stuff. Remember that massive data breach a while back? The one that hit name of popular website service? Yeah, that data probably ended up on one of these marketplaces. So, we've established that the dark web is basically a black market for your personal information. But what do these hackers actually with this data once they've got their grubby little hands on it? Well, let me paint you a picture. Imagine this. You're going about your day, checking your bank account, maybe buying some stuff online, when suddenly your account's been drained. Empty, gone. They can use your stolen credit card details to go on a shopping spree, leaving you with the bill and a whole lot of explaining to do. And if that's not bad enough, they can also use your information to steal your identity. I'm talking opening fake accounts in your name, taking out loans, even committing crimes. All while you're none the wiser. And then there's phishing. You know those dodgy emails you get that look like they're from your bank or a friend, asking for your login details? Yeah, those are often fueled by data stolen from the dark web. And for the truly malicious, there's doxing. That's where they take all your personal information, your address, phone number, everything, and plaster it all over the internet for the world to see. This can lead to harassment, threats, and a complete invasion of your privacy. It's not just about financial loss, it's about your safety and peace of mind. Okay, so by now, you're probably sweating a little bit, wondering if your data has already taken a trip to the dark web. It's a scary thought, right? But don't worry, you're not alone in this. Luckily, there are ways to check if your personal information has been compromised. First up, there's this website called Have I Been PW'd? It's a fantastic resource that lets you enter your email address and see if it's been compromised in any known data breaches. It's super easy to use and very informative. Trust me, you'll want to bookmark this one. It's a tool you'll likely come back to again and again. But here's the thing, Have I Been PW'd is great, but it's not foolproof. It only shows breaches that have been publicly reported. So, if a breach hasn't been disclosed, it won't show up there. That's where dark web monitoring services come in. These services dig deeper into the web's hidden corners. Companies like Norton and Identity Guard offer these services, and they're like having a digital bodyguard for your data. They provide an extra layer of security. They constantly scan the dark web for any sign of your personal information and alert you if anything suspicious pops up. It's like having a watchdog for your data. Some credit card companies and banks actually offer free dark web monitoring as part of their services, so it's always worth checking to see if you're already covered. It could save you a lot of hassle and worry. Alright, so we've talked about the dangers of the dark web and how to check if your data's been compromised. It's a scary world out there, but don't worry, we're here to help you navigate it safely. But what can you actually do to protect yourself? It's not just about knowing the risks, but also about taking proactive steps to safeguard your digital life. Let's dive into some practical tips. Well, the good news is, there are a ton of simple, practical steps you can take to make yourself a much harder target for these digital delinquents. It's all about being smart and staying one step ahead. First and foremost, we need to talk about passwords. They might seem like a hassle, but they're absolutely crucial. I know, passwords are the worst. But trust me, They're your first line of defense against cyber threats, but they're also your first line of defense. A strong password can be the difference between a secure account and a compromised one. A strong, unique password is like a digital lock on your front door. It keeps the bad guys out. Make it easy to guess, and you're practically inviting hackers in for tea and biscuits. You wouldn't leave your front door wide open, so don't do it with your online accounts. So what makes a strong password? It's not just about length, but also complexity. It needs to be at least 12 characters long, with a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. This makes it much harder for hackers to crack. And for the love of all that is holy, don't use the same password for multiple accounts. If one gets compromised, they all do. I know it's tempting, but trust me, it's a recipe for disaster. One breach can lead to a domino effect, compromising all your accounts. But hey, I get it. Remembering a million different passwords is practically impossible. It's a real headache. That's where password managers come in. They simplify your life while keeping you secure. These handy little tools generate and store all your passwords in a secure vault, so you only need to remember one master password. And the best part, they can even autofill your passwords for you. Many of them are completely free, so there's really no excuse not to use one. Another essential tip: enable two-factor authentication, or 2FA, on every single account that offers it. It's an extra layer of security that's incredibly effective. Think of it like adding a deadbolt to your digital front door. It makes it that much harder for intruders to get in. Even if someone gets their hands on your password, they still can't get in without that second layer of authentication, usually a code sent to your phone or email. It's a simple step that can save you a lot of trouble. And speaking of browsing habits, let's talk about VPNs, or virtual private networks. They're a must-have for anyone serious about their online privacy. They encrypt your internet traffic and route it through a server in another location, making it much harder for hackers to track your movements and steal your data. It's like having a secure tunnel for all your online activities. So there you have it, folks. The dark web is a scary place, but it's not an insurmountable threat. By understanding how it works, taking steps to protect yourself, and staying informed, you can dramatically reduce your risk of becoming a victim. The dark web is a scary place, but knowledge is your best defense against it. If you found this useful, smash that like button and subscribe for more cybersecurity tips. Drop a comment below if you've ever had your data leaked. We've got more protection tips coming soon.